In this video, we're putting together a system for my dad for Christmas. It's actually a few days after Christmas. We're a little late here, but the person building this system will not be me, as I'm sure we're just grown accustomed to expecting. It's going to be my brother, and he knows absolutely nothing about PCs. Well, he knows maybe a thing or two about PCs, but he has not built one himself yet. And the goal of this video would be for him to build one without my help, without being hands-on, I should say. So if he has a question, he can ask me, I can tell him how to do it, but I cannot show him how it's done. I cannot be hands-on at all. This is not a complicated system. There's nothing crazy going on here. We're just using an M.2 SSD, so there shouldn't be too many wires to deal with. And this case is pretty build-friendly from Corsair. It's a 465X in white, by the way, which is going to look pretty nice. So, can he build it? We'll find out.
Thumbs up. All right, well, I'll have to get a handicap. Where do I start?
Handicap? You want a mulligan?
Yeah, let me use a mulligan. Where should I start? All right, so first step, let's get this beautiful motherboard out. It's still in plastic. I feel pleasured. We're gonna start with the motherboard, going to unwrap the beautiful board here. There we go, alrighty. How do you get these out? Is there like a pen or something? And it opens up. Oh yeah, okay, it was just a cover. There was nothing in there. And then we gotta get our i7 out. Shout out Intel for that. Let's open this bad boy up, reveal the beautiful i7 processor for the build. I have seen Greg install at least 2 of these. So if I'm not mistaken, I can't bend any of the pins inside the motherboard. So let's see how this goes. Be gentle in the comment section. This is my first time. We're going to line, there's a corner, I think, with...
Okay, so yeah, that golden triangle there.
Yeah, there's one on this side too. That's the one I was talking about.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, you learn something every day. We should be good like this, right?
Sure.
Let's see how this. Oh man, we are on it now.
Is it sitting all the way in there?
I mean,
don't push on it.
I was just, it didn't feel like it was moving. So this is what I thought was originally the cover for it, but apparently it's not. And then we gently, right? I feel like I'm having to use a lot more force than I should for that, but...
That's okay, you did it right.
All right, there we go.
You installed a CPU, Kyle.
All right, it's not that hard, what can I say? So we're going to peel the plastic off of this to just reveal the beauty of this motherboard here. Fantastic. Again, as I said, I am pleasured to be doing this today, so we're on it. I said it, I'm sticking with it. It's going all the way through. Look at that. Oof. Beautiful. So we are currently in full send mode here. We just installed this i7 Intel processor. Next up, we should install some RAM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop these open here. How many sticks do we have? 2, 4?
We have 2.
2, so we should do, was it the first one and the third one? Or is it the first and the second?
It says on the board itself, actually, if you look closely. Right there.
Yeah, there, so second and B2, right? A2 and B2?
Yep, those are your slots.
All right, there we go. So again, we got some beautiful RAM here.
What kind of RAM is that, Kyle?
Viper Gaming RAM with RGB.
Viper Gaming RAM. From what company, Kyle?
This is from, okay, well, it says Pat Riot.
Pat Riot.
Pat Riot, I'm sorry. I'm not making it up. It really says Pat Riot. It gets the name Viper Gaming from the Viper logo on top of the RAM stick. And if you look at the clearness up top, we have the RGB that is going to pop when this system gets running, if it gets running. Now, I do have to use my second mulligan and ask if there's any specific way the RAM has to face.
So it is notched one particular way. It will only slide in one way.
Okay, so no, that's my mulligan. Let me see if there should be a code for this. Maybe like a up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA start sequence here. Oh yes, I heard the clicks.
There you go. Nice.
We're on it. So now we're installing the second strip of RAM. This is a New York strip going on the motherboard right here for you fellas. Left and right. And nice. We're set to roll. So guys, next thing we're gonna do is install the NVMe.2, M.2. So we're gonna take off the cap here. Our market cap on this one is coming right off for our NVMe. I don't know how you do this every day. So we see right here, perfect slot for our M.2 by Samsung, 1 terabyte. We are going to slide this perfectly in there as it should go.
That is not all the way there.
Will it make like a click? Oh, there, it made a click sound.
And then you gotta put the standoff in.
Yeah, standoff coming in next, and make sure we do this right. So we're gonna push the...
Whoa.
We're screwing this in on the bottom, probably a little bit hard to see, but it is now in. We're going to take our handy dandy screw and then screw in our M.2. There we go. Let's make sure this is nice and secure. I'm gonna get the approval from Greg here. Does everything look good on your end?
Yeah, I guess so.
And from there, we are 50% gaming. All right, so now that our motherboard is ready to go, we had to move some cables from the inside of the case. Now that we have that out of the way, we can install our board. Oh, you know what? Now, while we're at this angle, let me go ahead. Ooh. That's always a treat when you find one that you forgot about. We're going to line the side up so that we always have access to that and make sure our points match. And now we will screw the motherboard down.
So, what do you do next?
Stand the case up, install the graphics card.
Now, you can do this any way you want, but what I like to do is connect a lot of the small cables, like HD audio, front panel audio, USB 3. Get those things out of the way because those cables are a lot smaller, they're more difficult to deal with once you have a power supply in there and a graphics card.
Why would you need HD audio when you can just use AirPods? With this rat's nest, we're not gonna need these cables at the moment, so we shall run these through.
Okay, so HD audio, is that the one you have now?
That is the one I have.
That goes on the left side of the board.
Again, you can run HD audio or you can get yourself a pair of AirPods. They have spatial surround sound now.
Oh my God. It's keyed one way, Kyle, so don't force it in.
I'm not, that's what she said, but I'm not forcing it in.
USB 3 headers suck.
I think that's installed.
You think? We'll find out.
The first one we have to plug in is to reset Southwest. And if we run these, that's what it says, reset SW. You can't tell me you've never noticed that. So as we just inserted the reset Southwest pin, we're now going to bring around the remaining pins here, which are our, let's see, we have.
This is power LED.
Yeah, power Southwest. So now that we have our power for the Southwest and the reset button for the Southwest all installed, we're gonna go ahead and put in our graphics card. So we shall.
Wait, you're gonna put the graphics card in next? Why are you so eager to do that? I mean, that's a cool card, but like, you don't need that in yet.
So Greg has informed me that his AC unit in his house is not cool enough to cool his PC. So because of that, we're gonna have to install our cooling system and we are going to top mount it.
Cooling system.
Again, another beautiful product here by Corsair. Some fans, our radiator, just like you receive in your car. And again, just like a radiator cools your car, this is gonna cool our PC. Right now, we're screwing in the fans to our radiator before we mount it, because obviously it would be impossible to screw them in otherwise. With our fans now secured, we can go ahead and install the radiator to the top mount here. Now this will probably be one of the more difficult parts for me, just because I am not a professional. You know what, it's hitting the RAM. I can get the RAM out the way if you want. So we couldn't install the radiator with the RAM we were using from Viper, unfortunately. So we do have the Vengeance LPX DDR4 RAM that we will install now, so that with this lower RAM, we will be able to fit our radiator in there. This might be a little bit more difficult now that the case is standing up. All right, clip, clip. There we go. Now, we will get this radiator installed. So let's try this again, take two. So we're securing the radiator now, starting with the corners and then moving to these middle four here. And once we do that, we'll move on to the graphics card.
The power supply.
Power supply, then graphics card. Yeah, we're gonna get there. I'm operating like a couple years in the future. Right now I'm installing the bracket for the water block on our AIO. I'm gonna put the brick onto.
Is that what it's called?
You know, it's something. It's a brick, it's a cool block. It cools our processor. Get these pipes out of the way here. All right, so now we're gonna get these screws tightened down. Now I'm no electrician, but these cables everywhere, they don't look right. I love finding these plastic pieces right off the rip. So this looks like trash. Greg's given me some cable management tips, but obviously I haven't used them. We're gonna go ahead and install the power supply and then try to tackle all of this. So this is the power supply we're gonna be using. It's pretty self-explanatory. It powers the system. It is a HX850. So we're gonna pop this bad boy in get it wired up. This is a modular power supply, meaning we are only going to be connecting the cables that we need. This is honestly a tight fit, but looks like everything's lining up. Now that we've screwed the power supply in, we're gonna take all the cables here and connect them to the various components throughout the PC. I believe the CPU 8-pin is plugged in.
Are you sure?
Should be. That was the hardest part to get in that thing. I'm not even kidding you. Now we're bringing the 2 4-pin around. I'm gonna plug this bad boy in right here. I do know where this one goes, Greg, so don't try me. Now we're connecting SATA power, and this keyed one way. Yep, there we go. Lock and key, baby.
There's one more in there.
Yeah, we gotta get the second one here. Again, this is SATA power. We don't gonna get that confused with Saturn power.
Saturn power?
Like a Saturn V rocket.
All right, so you know what's next, right?
Yeah, sure do.
What?
We gotta connect these doohookies to the motherboard.
No. The graphics card is next. We saved it for last because it's the easiest thing to install.
Of course, I was just making sure you knew that. The moment and I know all of you have been waiting for, the graphics card.
Do you know how good this card is? Like, do you know what a 3080 is?
I assume there's 3 pins and about 80 watts of power. Oh, put your own background music there, don't copyright me. Oh man, this,
Look at that,
20% off.
Yes.
It's this beauty right here. Oh, comes with the stickers off EVGA. And if you want to see when we mount it, that's what you're going to be seeing.
Wait a second, I didn't realize that was 3 8-pins.
So now we've got a third 8-pin in here, and what we're going to do is remove 2 slot covers and install the graphics card. Yeah, now this is probably the easy part here. Push the retention arm back. Going to have to line it up. Secure it in.
It's such a beefy card.
Dude, it's like, it takes up quite a bit of space, I'm not gonna lie. And secured.
Nice, good job, I'm impressed.
Now we gotta get the screws back. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect the 8 pins. 1, 2, and 3. Now that we've straightened these out, let's do some cable managing in the rear.
2,000 years later.
So the wiring back here took a little longer than I thought, but went ahead, utilized the tie points throughout the case to secure most of this down. One of the big things Greg showed me was to take the top part of all the cables, organize it, and then work your way down so that the system has more of a flow with the cables and it's not cluttered everywhere, because the RGB on this, believe me, was a nightmare. I don't even want to go there. But we're gonna go ahead and finish this off, clip some of these tie strap ends here, and get on to powering the system up.
Are you sure you haven't missed anything?
Well, I do need the power cord to plug in, right? I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm looking at, but at first glance, it looks pretty good. So we've got the PC all wired in now. Everything should be good to go. We're gonna go ahead, got our power cable in, plugged up. Let's see if we can turn it. I knew I messed something up. What am I missing?
Did you forget to...
Take two. Just cut that one out. So we've got everything wired in, got the power supply turned on. Let's see if it starts up now. I see RGB, we're good. That's all I care about.
RGB, yo.
So right now we're gonna go ahead and install Windows 10 and our drivers, so that way when our father receives the PC, it'll be plug and play and he'll be good to go. So this is the only drive we have in our system, so because of that, that's where we'll install our OS. So we've installed NVIDIA drivers and Corsair IQ. We wanted to change the rainbow effect. Dad didn't really care for that too much, so went with the basic white with the fans and a little bit of RGB in there just to give it some flash. But all in all, it looks fantastic. And now for that plastic peel.
Boy.
Oh.
Probably should have secured that a bit better.
Dude, I have to hold this on tight. Look at that.
That's honestly a really good looking system.
Ooh, and one more up front. That looks really good. I just hope Dad likes this. So, not bad for my first time building a PC. I think it went very well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you want to see more content like this, Greg said if this video gets 10,000 likes,
It's not gonna happen.
I'll be able to build another one. So, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. My name's Kyle. Thanks for building with me.
You forgot to tell him to subscribe.
And if you haven't already, guys, click that subscribe button down below. Turn the notification bell on as well to get notified of new content when it comes out. Again, my name's Kyle. Thanks for building with me.